Welcome back to another motherfucking stream. I'm excited to be building again. Haven't streamed in a while. Today, gonna be doing Parquet. I think that's the next thing that makes sense. Launch went amazing. I got a lot of great feedback on Reddit, and I think I just want to listen to the community, listen to what people want, and I already have two upvotes on these Parquet files. I've honestly never worked with Parquet, so I want to look at the competition. It's going to be a little bit of experimentation. I only got an hour with you guys, but we'll make it fruitful. We'll try to be dialed. So let's dive in. So this is the one that we're going to be working on. First thing first is let's. I already saw the apps that do this. So this is one of the apps that is able to open a Parquet file. And from the beginning of it, yeah, it uses the same exact architecture. Yeah, it's very, very similar to what I built. It seems like this is open source, completely free. But yeah, it doesn't seem like it actually has a lot of support. Cool. So, yeah, first thing to understand. Yeah, the first thing to understand is what the hell does a Parquet file look like? Parquet file example. Yeah, let's see. So yeah, DuckDB actually has a bunch of on their GitHub. So I have a lot of Parquet files. So let's take a look at this is a blob. I would not recommend the blob. Let's just take date. Yeah, let's just take this simple one. Let me download this. And I actually have, it seems like I have a tool. There we go. Yeah, one thing that I really like about my table, yeah, this is one of the things that I hate, is the fact that data. How can you filter? You can filter with Command F. Yeah, I don't. This music is not instrumental only. Nope, let's just do this one. See if there's some good playlists here. Okay, so that one was simple. It has a bunch of information. And it did open it pretty fast, I must admit. So that was a simple one. Just take a look at this one. Okay, so it seems like they don't even handle that database type.struct. Yeah, there's a lot of missing. So let's see how this tab thing works. So I'm gonna download this one. I'm actually perpetual work in progress, hobby price for free, please report via help. Yeah. I presume this is some Electron slop. People love the word slop nowadays. Where is the app? Oh, app.sr. Wow, bro. But yeah, it is definitely built using Electron. I can see that already. Frameworks. I think if you just open frameworks, yep. So cool. We're gonna take a look here. We're gonna open this. Small things from Tad here. Oh wow, it opened it as an object. Also, this is just kind of crazy. I do like this versus the bar that I have there. It's actually pretty nice. We'll keep the pivot thing for later. Okay, so yeah, we need some Parquet sample files. Let's see, sample Parquet datasets. Let's download this. Yeah, this is good. This is good. So let's download the raw file. There we go. So yeah, okay. So now that we understand, so there's this. I think it might be helpful to let's use ChatGPT. ChatGPT the best for this? Yeah. So, just give me a second here. So yeah, okay, let me just use GPT-4o and can you explain the Parquet format in simple terms? Parquet stores column by column. Okay, so instead of, so here you're adding this way, that way you would be adding column by column. Give me a graphical representation so I can understand how the data is stored. So this is a row by row. That makes sense. Compresses well because values are stored together. Right, because values are most likely to be similar. This was horrible. Can we just agree that this was actually horrible? Okay, so we can skip over that one. But most of the time, most of the queries are actually going to be select start. How is it more performant? Got it. That's what I thought. So this only works if you're like doing, yep. Parquet may not provide a significant performance over row-based formats like CSV or JSON. However, here's why Parquet can still be faster even for select start queries. One, compression and I/O efficiency. So Parquet compresses data more efficiently because it stores similar values together in columns, all integers in one place. This means that less data needs to be read from disk. Even when selecting all columns, Parquet reduces disk I/O to smaller file sizes. Makes sense. Okay. Yeah, with where conditions. Interesting. Yeah, this is what I thought with this and what it meant by vectorized execution. Vectorizing is huge, especially in ML. When I was doing my ML class, there was a ton of if you ran it with a regular for loop versus if you vectorized it using NumPy or whatever library you're using under the hood, it was massive delta. Same thing with MLab. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I know I have Avro and ORC. All right, so now that we have, so let's take this sample file. Did we already download this? Cool. So let me open. Let's stop this. I can stop this as well. And then let's see DuckDB. Yeah, sometimes you just, VS Code just crashes, you just need to restart it. Beautiful, so let's see. So I have my bin here and my DuckDB. I'm gonna select star from. So this is where it's gonna be interesting, downloads, and then let's just hold on. Nice, man. I don't know what this is. Like, this shouldn't have happened. Comments should be a string, which it did get read as a string. First name, last name, int32, nice. Registration, PTM. So it's timestamp. Yep. So let's see what, so this is that. There's a read Parquet. You can read multiple. You can glob it. This one's interesting. Cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna use the read Parquet file. And the ideal experience that we would want is we would want either a menu, whether when you so when the ideal experience, if we were to talk about the UI UX of this feature, let me see if I can Figma. So if we were to imagine like this is our sidebar, right? Let me zoom in. Okay, so if we were to imagine our sidebar and this thing has a bit of text that's like something like open, I think you have as many pages as you'd like. So let's keep this page one as like logos and icons. And let's create another tool like app design. So from here, right, if we imagine that this is our sidebar, and if there's this button that says something like open, that is here. There are a couple of options. So for the first option, I imagine let's just make this a little darker. And been obsessed with radius. And let's say when you click on here, so where can you get icons? So right, user clicks on open, and this will, in this case, it will open this thing here, which will say like in it, it'll have, let's say something like CSV, and then maybe Parquet, and allows you to select. I think that's a future that I can imagine, and I can actually see it way more than this, right? Like, let's say you have like SQL Server, right? You have your Postgres, and each with their beautiful icons, and I can see that menu just getting larger and larger. And I honestly don't know who has like a good experience for this. Yeah, you kind of see that here where like you have like a new design file, a new FigJam, a new slide deck, a new from sketch file. And I think that's kind of how I would go about it. And I would maybe have like a way to search it here. So, so a little filter on the very top inside the menu. So that's what I would eventually build. I do think to start, just to reduce scope a bit further, let's just allow the Parquet file to be opened. And like I said, in the future, I imagine that you should be able to do that. Yeah. Because the other thing too is like there's a bunch of configurations. So even when you like select the Parquet file, even when you click on that menu and you select that Parquet, it's like not like super clear. It's crazy how like small deltas like this make a huge difference. But anyways, I'm just obsessed with typography. So, okay, so even that is not ideal because I'll tell you why. Let's say you say Parquet, you technically don't even want to go directly to you don't really want to go directly to the to open the dialog, the file dialog. You actually almost sometimes need to go to another settings page. Think about it as like a customization. Maybe, I don't know. Because the beauty of it is like, yeah, it is very interesting. Yeah. Entire folders. So like, how can you drag an entire folder that has, so kind of what we were saying here, where you have multiple files that are the same schema, kind of like this, that are just partitioned. So you'd want to support that. Cool. So let's do that. So in here I have my actions. I'm gonna create a new one, a new file. I didn't think this day would come so soon. And I think I'm gonna work for the next 45 minutes. I'm gonna focus more on the back end of it because the front end is actually pretty straightforward. So here we have the open, which does only CSV. And we have in the main, we have another function for the drag and drop and the open. So this always hard codes the file CSV. You should be able to interpret that from the file path. So, okay, so those two I think are going to be okay. Yeah, I don't want to build a new... I think we're going to have some like base query logic. So yeah, I actually think that it's basically the same, right? Because what you're gonna do is even here, the only difference is instead of saying let's see all the options that yeah, I think that just the it's really in the query. So okay, and I think there's basically no option, not that many options. So yeah. Yeah, this is what I would do. And I can understand that there's already like in terms of architecture, it's actually not super clear to me in terms of code architecture and code organization and scalability. It's not super clear yet how I'm going to be able to support all these different files. Like, how am I going to be able to support Excel when we start adding Excel here? So that actually requires a design to determine what is the right class structure to do that. What is the right organization for all that? The one thing I will say from my learnings is when I encounter this type of build and I have all this design stuff, the best way to figure out the best design is to just build, which sounds counterintuitive. But you kind of want to build it in more of a prototype and start adding the second and the third and the fourth, and then it will just click. You actually don't have to do a design, and you're gonna figure it out. So just like let's write the code in the least invasive way possible. So least amount of lines changed. And because then you don't need the cost of having to spend all that coding time. And even if you're using AI, and you can use AI to help you design it, right? Because AI has seen a bunch of these patterns and can already pick up on the best one through an LLM literally by nature of frequency. So We can figure that out with an LLM, but for now, like I said, I think the best way is to just literally create CSV args. So at count select, everything is the same. The only delta here is going to be we're going to create a new one called get So Parquet actually has no read arguments. I'm going to create a new function called get read function, right? And this is actually just going to be a very simple by file type. So in terms of the props that we pass here, we pass the file URI, we pass the file type, so in terms of the file type, that's going to be encoded during ingestion. So I wouldn't, whether the user supplies it or not. So I think that will be the best way to do that, and not by extension. So let's do that. Cool. So then by the way, this is a private function, and this is also a private function. So we can actually just pass this here, get this dot get read function, and then same thing here. And you don't actually need to do any of this. Cool. I'm just gonna even call it type. And I'm sure this is gonna result in a bunch of Yeah, so this is exactly why. So we're gonna pass the type here. We should be able to do -- watch to see this. And I think this is a good solution, right? Like, so it's like getting clearer. Yeah, so this is these are the data types from so Parquet is going to be much richer than anything we've ever seen in CSV land. And so I'm not gonna that is its own. Like, let's go here. That is its own. Let's see if we can support some. Can you do sub tasks in Trello? So let's see, can we do this now? Deep lists. Now I'm like, I wanna remove it. Okay. Yeah, let me remove this this power up. Is there like a power up for like list limits, forms, member roles? But they don't have like a list. Okay, whatever. So so let's take a look at what that looks like. So the first thing is the first real thing that we should just be able to do is just import. Step one is to just import a simple .parquet file. Then there's another thing of being able to accept or at least outline supported data types from Parquet. So we'll continue adding to this, but right now let's focus on the first task, which is being able to accept the type. Super clear to me. So now we don't have any errors. So I believe now at least we should be backwards compatible. So let's make sure of that. The stat thing is horrible, so I'm just gonna quit it. See if it's still working. Seems like everything is fine. Same efficiency. Can't complain much. Alright, let's see everywhere we've used this, that. Yep, we're gonna allow Parquet. So, yep, this upsert data source should accept a type. And for now, we're just going to interpret this from the... Because for instance, you can get a .txt, right? Like, so I think that's a responsibility of more external. So let's take a look here. Same thing. So for my open here, yeah, in this case it's pretty obvious. I know that that is a CSV, so in my main, is there a function that does this? Is there a... Is there a library for determining the file type? Yeah, because my logic is very simple. Let's take a look at this one. npm.js. Let's see how this works. $22 million weekly downloads. Binary-based format, not text-based formats at TXT and CSV. Interesting. Okay, what about MIME types? meme. I think it's MIME. Yeah. Let's take a look at this one. By data inspection, there has to be a library. What is this? libmagic? See about a library then by examining their headers based on the file. That's cool. Now let's go to ChatGPT. What? Seems that I got logged out. Give me a second. I'm gonna log back in. All right, I'm back. Just simple login. I was just looking now at the comparison between File and libmagic. These two seem to be the most promising. File is very simple. As a seed library that powers File, allowing programs to identify types programmatically. Oh, File is based on libmagic, limited to CLI. Really? File is built using libmagic? Let me take a look at that. Can we man this? Man File? I don't know, version 5. File does each argument. Very cool. Seems like you can even... What about TSV files? Yeah, this seems like the right way to do this, instead of... Yeah, and it comes pre-installed in... Yeah, this comes for free. So, that's very cool. Very, very cool. So that's what I would probably use. However, as I mentioned, I think it is okay for now to just use the file extension. The only real areas that this ends up being used, so we can take a look at everywhere. Go to references. So this one's fine. It's mostly gonna be, I'm surprised, so in my CSV file query, sorry, my data sources here, we need to use this. We do actually already use this. So I'm guessing now this should actually work. So now what you're telling me is I could actually open. So this is still not allowing it. You need to RS. The music is vibey, but I don't know what it is when I'm streaming. I don't really want more audio. I don't want someone else speaking over me, you know? No, it still doesn't allow it. Oh. Interesting. So you'd have to select these options. No, I think you just want to maybe say files. And not have multiple filters. Let's see. There we go. So now we have that. Let's see if we can actually open it. That is beautiful. Just got all the columns like that. That is crazy. Yeah. I would love to design like some iconography for a CSV file. I think literally just this SVG with like a nice comma in between. Let's see what a Parquet icon. Are you serious? This is actually Yeah, this is crazy. It is actually, yeah, so with that I would just do some form of break inside the file. That's fire. So we can actually already support. Take a look at filtering if I wanted to do filtering on the first name or on the gender. Everybody that's a female. Pretty good. Fire. And let's see if we rename. First, my Parquet file. Sweet. Okay. Just gonna call it Parquet sample. Incredible. Okay, so that is the first thing. The other thing that I would like to do, so these are all 0203. These are all 0203. Well, let's sort it. So I'm gonna sort by at registration. And this is ascending, so in terms of this guy 2359, and then the first one is 00, so let's add a filter on the registration, and let's say it's greater than or equal to sadly you cannot type. It's a big problem. So February 03, which is fine, I still have my 1K rows, but let's say you wanted everything after 5 a.m. The way it's formatted here is very weird. Yeah, the way it's formatted is actually super weird. Yeah, let me take a look at that very quickly. So this is gonna be in my components. I remember I coded this in a Banya. And I had the datetime input, and it's interesting. Yeah, there's actually like I presume that this should just throw. It just returns nothing. Yeah, it just returns nothing. And if you echo the dollar, it's 0. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to say format. Yeah. We'll have to look at the Mantine date picker. Date picker. Format. Yeah, I guess you have to give it, what is the default format? We could look at the props format. Yeah, this is the value format. I think you need to make it localized. Yeah, the other thing is like, let me see if there's anything related to time. Yeah, there's some time input props. I think most of my users are gonna be in the US. I don't think you can assume that. I think you need to get that from the browser. Yeah, we should use the default locale for the date. Yeah. Cool. So something related to time zone is messing it up. Yeah. That's a bug. Let's add it to our bugs list. So something here related to time zone, date-based querying, time zone bug, and we can, the example can be the following. There is an issue here. Yeah, because and just to be clear, so if I do here, so this should be 1K, and this is correct. Still have my 1K rows. So that there is no issue here. The only issue is now if I say, okay, I want everything over 5 a.m. I actually lose the 5 a.m. If I say 4 a.m., it's like some weird time zone thing here happening with the way this is stored. So it's using some system mapping. I can see that. I can see there's a time zone, clear time zone issue. So yeah. Cool. So yeah, we're doing amazing here. This one's good. Let, let us see what else. I can't believe that. Oh, by the way. Oh. Weird. That is a bug. So I had a filter here, and we selected whatever. Let's say we did that. It removed. Oh, I don't know. Seemed like an issue.
Down to the bottom. Here is no place to hide, and no one can call me. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. I swear you can call me a loser.
Okay. I can't believe I whipped out in an hour. I whipped out Parquet support, basically. Right? So now I think it's going to be interesting to see. Oh, by the way, can I drag and drop? I presume I can drag and drop. Oh, this file is not supported, Baba. So let's see how we built the drag and drop. So file dropper. So let's see if AI, is this what it is? Yeah. Can I see the MIME type of this? Does this work now? Nope. What is the MIME type of Parquet? Let's see. Yeah, let's take a look how this one was. That's interesting. I am actually curious how you can do that. Yeah. MIME type. User data. It's called application. Wow. What about this? It's a generic. Yeah, that's not ideal. That's not ideal. Yeah, let's add that one. Let's see if I do. Oh. It's interesting that it says. Parquet file extensions, by the way. It's just .parquet. Got it. Okay. We'll see if we need to support that, but I am surprised that. Let's see what file type we get. Let's take a look here. I have my debugger open, and then let's drag and drop something. Oh, I did get a data transfer list. Okay, hold on. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing that. Let me try again. So it works with data transfer item. I think you actually have to read it. It's like lazy. Let's see what we get. Now I think finally it should work. So here. Oh wow, kind is empty and type is empty. That is weird. Let me pause 1 second, I'll be right back.
Alright. Now, sorry, it took a bit of a break. I think where we left off is these files now are, we don't know the type for the given file, and the array is coming in as empty. So let me get that here for us to take a look, and let me actually just put it on the right hand side so we can understand what the hell is happening. when I do the drag and drop. Close a couple of things, and let's drag a file. Let's try this again. Yeah, it's crazy how it says files are not found. So why is that? Drop zone ref. This looks like a great yeah, this might be a great thing. So let's ask some LLMs here. Why does the following print an empty list? Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. So let's return that to what it was, right? And then let's see in the drag enter here. Let's take a look at the console. Yeah, let's just print this here. Let's see. Okay, so the file list that we got looks like it's like this. The type is empty. Yeah, I think that is okay. It's crazy how Electron doesn't have a native Electron events. So let's take a look at these events. So open. Yeah, nothing around drag. Drag. Yeah, they say, I think they're what this says is supported by many websites. Yeah, and I think for whatever reason, okay, so let's just list the observations and let's see if it can fix it. So we have noticed that the oh, sorry, by the way, I realized I don't have any music. Let's get that pumping. And these are not connected. Go.
me play something that's a bit more. Okay. Now, let me see. So we have. It's done. So now we need here to copy this. Let's just print it as JSON, just so I can copy it. And let's drag. So in here we drag. It's actually pretty crazy. It's like there's like a lazy loading situation. So you kind of need to do array.from. Let's see. That didn't work. Can't even get it to work. Yeah. Let's just take a photo. Yeah, I knew you guys would like the oud. Is not inferred correctly. Extension as well. Can you revisit this implementation here and see if prove it? let's see. So I'm such a proponent of accepting and like testing. So let's see. So now, nope, still doesn't work. So now you can revert the file back. You can say that did not work. So now we need to guide the model a bit. So on drag enter, what do we get? Yeah, we might want to look at this. Data transfer. The list of all local files available on data transfer. If the drag operation doesn't involve dragging files, this property is an empty list. Okay. So let's take a look at what this was. So this was items. Let's keep it as such. Let's just console.log a couple of things. These are the files. Const items. What else do we have? We have types. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna say we're just gonna do a single one of each. Nice. Okay, now I have the ability to print. So let's see. There we go. So we printed kind, yep, and then this one type is files. But it is weird because it only appears in the items. Interesting. So we could do the following. Okay, let's take a look at this now. Interesting. This doesn't work, but yeah, it's still empty. So let's Google this, or let's ChatGPT this. See, sometimes cursor is not great, so that's only available during. But like that doesn't make sense because if I actually drag, I think for whatever reason that thing doesn't have the MIME type recorded. So yeah, it doesn't. It just has octet stream. Right. Let's just pick any other file in my. Bardo. But like maybe if we do test, maybe let's do something else. Let's do flight style CSV. Text plain. It's not correct. Weird. So these are all like so reactor drop zone. Yeah, I really don't want to end up using this because I think it's going to cause some issues. So let's take a look at mantines once more. So get started, drop zone. And how did we end up using this? Yeah, you can wrap the entire thing, I think. It's crazy how I'm back at this issue again. So let's take a look at this again. So if I drag this file is not supported. It's actually very pretty. And if I drag this guy, and I think this is because if we look at get info, let's take a look. Oh, let's read. This is fire. Ubuntu. Oh my god, this brings me back. Browsers use MIME type, not the file extension to determine how to process the URL. So it's important that web servers send the correct MIME type or meme type. Got it. Okay, so for whatever reason, so yeah, if you wanted to do in this case, okay, let's try this again. So drop zone, drop full screen. Let's take a look. It's a simple hook. Yeah, let's see. Let me try this. Can't believe I ended up building my own thing and it's not gonna work, so. What about drag over? Yeah, what about drag over? Let's see. It's actually interesting because drag over, I don't think does anything. Yeah. Yeah, I think if the mine type is unknown, we should wait until the file extension is available. I want to double check something. So, ragzone. Okay, that one didn't know it. See? Let's see. Let's try again. Alright, yeah, you guys want to make money? Go ahead. There you go. Money. Is this the fallback mine type? Alright, so for whatever reason it's empty. Let's see, what if we just use Vibecode, a very quick... Yeah, you see? Yeah, you see, it's unknown. Yeah, that one was detected very quickly. Let's say I do... Yep. Okay. So I got it. So let's see. Let's take this. Given that we cannot guarantee the MIME type on drag enter, to be populated, how can you come up with a design for how we can fix this? Please consider multiple approaches. So that's how that's, by the way, a tip. So file extension based, this one is okay. Approach 2, it says drag over never fires. Like this actually never fires. Console.log, drag over, and then this one. Like these actually never fire. Let's see. I don't think these fire ever. Oh, they do. Okay. Good. Yeah, we only have, yeah, that drag over does not work. I think it is because you do prevent the event from propagating. Makes sense. So we can say drag over and file. Let's take a look at what happens here. No, so this will never make it, right? So it's mostly here that I'm interested in. Got it. Yeah, I think we need to perform the validation during the drop event. Okay. Validation needs to be performed. Let me see if there is anything about this electron drag and drop file security. No, so they've documented this pretty well. Can't drag file to the window. This is maybe what you want to be looking into. Oh, wow. Interesting. There's a configuration in Electron about this, so let's actually see what this is about. Main. Wow. Weird thing. Let's read a couple of these. So this one, which I honestly don't understand. Oh. This is the tray icon. Yep. These are all the tray icons. No, I'm pretty sure they would not. Yeah, nothing here. Let's try it. I don't think it hurts to try it. And let's just restart. Very good. Let's see if that... No. Okay. That did nothing. So... What is this? Web? Oh. Yeah. Web security, web view. No, there's nothing for us here. So I think, yeah, so delayed validation, drag over, two-stage. Based on the analysis, I think you should use the MIME type if it exists, or use the file extension. The following are not available until the It's actually kind of crazy. So that's another thing. Like, what about here? Yeah, I'd be very curious. So let's take a look. Nope, it's undefined. It's undefined. It's wild. So I think, yeah, this is gonna be like this. Yeah. So none of these work. I think, yeah, so, or use the file. It has been discovered that accessing the file path can only be done during the drop. So please adjust the code accordingly without... Yeah. I think actually this will require some more DD, because I'm pretty sure you should be able to do that. So I need to look into it. I don't like the UX, and I think this is something I'm willing to pause on. So we'll revisit this. I'll create another stream for just drag and drop. For now, thank you, and happy coding.